In today's day and age, cameras have become a fixture in everyday life, with more photos being taken than ever. The four people you are going to see today are more than meets the eye, because they all have their own unique reason for taking the photos they do.
I've just always loved to capture our Kodak moments. So I always carried a camera with me. I just like to take pictures of what's going on around me. Well, it means a lot. It could be fun. It's going to be a precious memory. Like with my daughter, I want to capture as much as I could. No, not because she was adopted. But I do like to take a lot of pictures of her because she's growing so fast, and I like to capture all the moments. Well, it all started when she went off to preschool and then kindergarten, your first day of school picture, and now she's in the 4th grade. And the first day of school picture became every day because she would look so cute going off to school in her cute little outfits. I wanted to capture it. Well, at least 2 to 3 every morning. And if there's something going on, like in the afternoon, I might take more. I take the camera with me. If she's going to Girl Scouts, I'm like, oh, Karen's got the camera, take the pictures. If we go to a family event, oh, Karen's got the camera, take the picture. So I'm the one that's always taking the pictures of everything. Here are some of my favorites. When we were talking about first day of school, so we have first day of school picture, but it's just not first day of school. We have to see the backpack and them walking from behind view. And then my daughter always likes to dress up, so we have some of her being dressed up. She likes to pose. This is our very special aunt we were so close with, and they were goofing around, and these pictures mean the most because poor Aunt Tess and Uncle Hun are best buddies. They passed away the past year, so these mean so much to me. I'd be really upset. We always talk about that. We always say, God forbid there's a fire in the house, what's the first thing you're gonna save? Me, it's my pictures and my videos. Everything else could be replaced. I had my purse stolen one time, had a picture of my dad and I in it, and I don't carry, for all the pictures I have, I do not carry my pictures in the wallet. In my wallet, because that upsets me to think that I could lose pictures, even though today you can replace them. Back then I couldn't. I agree, because that's how you look back and you say, oh yeah, look at that, I remember that. Picture will remind you where you been.
Well, it was, I think, in 1965 or 66. I was enrolled in a school in New York, Germain School of Photography, and I was deciding whether I wanted to continue in the school or whether I wanted to go to Pratt Institute for Architecture. And I had been to college for probably about 3 years prior to that, and I decided that I didn't want to stay in school that much longer, so I decided that taking a course or continuing the course in photography in New York would be my mainstay. Well, I've always had a love for people, and when I first started, I was working for a commercial photographer in New York City. We were going around the country at that time doing portraits. We were doing location settings for famous people's homes. I found it was not to my liking. It was not as interesting as I wanted it to be. I enjoyed working with people, and from there it just developed into a people business. People are much more interesting to photograph than inanimate objects, so that's where my course led me. Well, a photograph captures the essence of an individual, a family, how people relate to one another, the love they share with each other. And this is important because this is what you want to capture. They're only that age once, and to be able to capture it and save it for all time is very, very important. I would probably say the ones that I like the most are the ones that I typically do for competition. They're a little bit different than your traditional looking at the camera poses. They're a little more creative. People are more involved with each other. It's in the art business, it's something that you like to do to keep yourself excited about the art of photography. Well, very simply, I just love what I do. I love people. I love to capture them, make them happy, and just know that what I do is going to last forever. It's pulling that trigger at the exact moment that you feel is right to capture that expression. It's something I guess photographers think about all the time. You know, being there at the right time, at the right moment to capture that image forever.
I guess I started taking pictures when I got my first camera when I was in high school, and my father died when I was 12, and from that point I started taking a lot of pictures because everything was, I wanted memories of my childhood and going to school, and especially when I went into college I started taking a lot of pictures. A photo means to me, it's just like it's preserving a memory in time, like at a certain age. My dog is my third child. I always, I guess, wanted a third child, and I got the dog, which is my third child. And the dog is now, my children are teenagers, so the dog's the only one who will tolerate me taking pictures of her at Halloween and Valentine's Day and all the holidays. She's always ready to pose for a treat or something, you know. She's my third child, the third child I never had. I take quite a few of the dog because, as I said, my children are teenagers and they don't want to tolerate me. I take the dog, I take a few of the dog every week, and especially on holidays I go a little crazy, especially the dog's birthday. The dog's always in my card. Every once in a while I do a special card with the dog. So I usually do the dog's card. Sometimes I do a Halloween card, sometimes I do a Christmas card, and I always do her birthday card. This was the dog, her first birthday. She was, look who's a year old. She was 1 year old, and she looked so cute in her pink coach collar and her little party hat and her little squeaky cake. And I love this. This was her Christmas card one year. She was Rudolph the reindeer. And this little carrot she has up there is so cute because it actually, my son grew that in his garden. This was her in the recent snowstorm we had that I took of her playing in the snow. It's hard to see because she blends in with the snow. This is one that I love. She's just outside, it was spring, and the grass is so green and she just looks so cute. This is her sleeping. She loves sunning herself by her bed by the back door, and she looks precious. I would be devastated. I always tell my children if there's a fire, they all know what they're supposed to take. It means at that moment when I'm taking a photo, that image, it can be gone in a flash, but the picture captures it, and it's something that you'll never forget once you get that picture. You click that camera, you have that shot forever.
I just have always liked taking pictures. I was probably a teenager before I had my first camera. We weren't exactly well-to-do, but you know, taking pictures on vacation. I like sports quite a bit, and so it's always great to take pictures at sporting events and that kind of thing. Well, I guess it documents, first of all, for me, I mean, it kind of documents the experience that, you know, I was at this event, or a family was at this event, you know, just kind of documenting a point in time, and, you know, an enjoyable situation, that kind of thing. Every sporting event, you know, it's different than like a movie or that kind of thing. You never know what you're going to see. You may see something for the first time, and if you're lucky enough, you can get it on camera. Most of the sporting events I've gone to are baseball games, and I would say a lot. If I go to like a 2 or 3 game series, I'd probably take 300 or 400 pictures. and then just wade through the ones that I think are best. And that's the beauty of digital photography. You can just slap them all on a CD, and the good ones, the bad ones, and the indifferent ones you can keep for later reference. Well, I was going to save this one for last, but this photograph of the Red Sox 2004 World Series Championship Parade probably means a lot to me. My daughter and I and a friend went to that. It was like 39 degrees and raining, and 3 million people turned out, so this one means a lot to me. The end of the 86-year-old curse and all that. I like football, but it's not as meaningful to me as baseball. I could take a million pictures at a baseball game. But I like to take pictures, landscape pictures I like. I have a lot of good pictures. We went to Las Vegas one year and to Hoover Dam and Red Rock Canyon, so I've got some really good shots from there. I have taken lots of photos at Disney World. I got a really good shot of Cinderella's castle at night. I really like sports, and I really like photography, and it's definitely a part of me that would like to be a sports photographer.